the Regional Parks Botanic Garden celebration of the official opening of our 3 new rock gardens. The year 2015 marks the Botanic Garden's 75th anniversary, our docent program's 20th anniversary, and the Friends' 18th anniversary. And certainly we wouldn't be here today without the generosity of the Bonita Garden Club of Piedmont for providing a gift of $90,000 to make the beautiful framework of these. And also special thanks to Phil Johnson and his crew for their exceptional skill and ability creating these spectacular naturalistic rock outcrops, and for working so productively and cooperatively with the garden staff. I personally want to thank Dan Cunning, Heather Segrist, Sylvia Polito, and Mark Ragatz for their critical help and guidance through the contract and board documents portion of this project. It would never have gotten through without your help. Groundbreaking for the Rock Garden project took place on September 15th of 2014, and major construction work was completed by the end of November, just before the major week of rain in early December. And that's sort of the last real rains we've had. Planting commenced immediately and will continue for the foreseeable future. These 3 new rock gardens have already become home for a number of new plants never before grown at our Botanic Garden, including such interesting plants as Senecio palmeri, Aesculus perrii, Verbicina dicida, Salvia cianopeplica, and Berberis clarii. Don Fuller, our gardener for this portion of the garden, who wrote much of the text for this grant proposal, will be speaking to you in a few moments about more about the future of these new parts of the garden. In this project and our 75th anniversary year, or I see this project and our 75th anniversary year as the beginning of a renaissance for the Botanic Garden, a period of major activity and renovation and expansion of the garden's collections, programs, and infrastructure. We're already well underway with construction of another new garden display, the Serpentine Bog, and expect to have that project completed before our summer celebrations. We're all looking forward to working together to create the most beautiful and compelling California native plant botanic garden possible. And the immediate goal of this process will be the realization of the long plan for new visitor center complex across Ansview Drive. Stay tuned. I would like to specially acknowledge a number of people for being here today. From the East Bay Regional Park District, Robert Doyle, who will be speaking in just a moment, the General Manager of the East Bay Regional Park District. Dennis Waspy, Ward 3 Board Member of the East Bay Regional Park District. From the Regional Park Foundation, Carol Johnson. Carol? Where are you? Over there. The Executive Director of the Foundation and the Assistant General Manager of Public Affairs Division for the East Bay Regional Park District. And to Foundation Board members, Bill Yarborough, John Dilsaver, and George Sloan from the Regional Parks Foundation. I'd also like to specifically acknowledge the members of the Bonita Garden Club that are here today. Georgia Madden, who will be speaking in a moment. Bobby Fairbend, who will also be speaking. And then also Beverly Becker and Barbara Freed. Thank you so much. From the district's park operations staff, who are all very supportive and critical to our process here and getting things done. Jim O'Connor, our Assistant General Manager of Park Operations. Mark Ragatz, our Chief of Park Operations. Dan Sykes, our Parkland Unit Manager. Yes, who is brand new to us. My 4th direct supervisor in a year and a half. Hopefully he will outlast everybody else. And Tanya, there you are. and I never can pronounce your last name. Covarrubias, our senior office assistant for the unit. And additionally, I always have lots of people to acknowledge and thank. From the Friends of the Regional Park Botanic Garden presidents, our current president, Rosie Andrews, who will be speaking shortly. Our past president, Gert Allen, will also be speaking. Joe McConaughey, who's one of our earlier Friends presidents, and Maggie Cutler, another one of our earlier Friends presidents, and our founding president, Catherine Greenberg, right here. And to the staff here at the Botanic Garden, the best staff that I could possibly hope for. Joe Dahl, our supervisor and horticulture specialist. Teresa LeYung-Ryan, who makes all of the social things happen and keeps all of the volunteers and docents and everyone in line and satisfied. Michael Uhler, our gardener for the Sierra section. Liz Bittner from the Franciscan section and the Channel Islands section and the Rainforest section. Don Fuller, who is the gardener for our Southern California collections, and he's just taken over for Kat Daffer, who is retired. He's taking over the Redwood section. And Ashika Narayan, one of our 2 interpretive student aides who can't be here today, and Kate Ferroggiaro, our newest interpretive student aide. I'd also like to acknowledge Kat Daffer, who did just recently retire from our staff, and who we all miss a lot. And I do want to also specifically acknowledge again Phil Johnson and his crew, Phil Johnson Landscape of Walnut Creek, for all the exceptional rock work and builder of all kinds of interesting gardens throughout the East Bay and beyond. There are also a number of exceptional volunteers and supporters of the garden I wanted to acknowledge today as well. Ron and Rosemary Clenenden, who run our plant sales, and Ron is also our treasurer, and they do so many other things for us here at the garden. For many years of support and for running now not 1 plant sale but 2, both the spring and and you get to see it rain. Thank you, Jim. Also to John Rusk for all things digital, from photography to Facebook to Twitter to Tumblr to virtually everything that the garden does digitally, and our e-newsletter. John is behind all of it, and John is also one of our recent 5,000-hour volunteers of the district. A couple of people who I don't believe are here, but I do want to also specially acknowledge our Sue Rosenthal for all of the work she does with our docent program, with the Manzanita, and just running so many different volunteer activities at the garden. And Glenn Cater, who is actually running one of our field trips today, and so isn't here. He's the person that really got the docent program started here at the Botanic Garden. So, and again, I would be loath to forget to acknowledge my 3 exceptionally talented and remarkable predecessors and former leaders of this Botanic Garden. Steve Edwards, who also couldn't unfortunately not be with us today, and Wayne Roderick, and the amazing person that I never met, but there are so many stories I feel like I know him well, James Ruth. So, without further ado, I do want to turn this over to Robert